bringing you the latest Arizona high school football recruiting news year-round. This is the Recruiting Roundup on ProsToPreps.com.
Welcome into episode 6 of the Daily Dozen. Hey, we're setting you up for 2013. Some of the top players to keep an eye on going into the upcoming high school football season. We're the guys that normally bring you the Recruiting Roundup. That's Jason Jewell. I'm Jared Cohen. Every week we bring you the latest in Arizona high school football recruiting. But right now we're just spotlighting players to watch. And the first one, Jason, is a guy we accidentally skipped over. He belongs in the C's. That was about episode 3 or so. Hey, a minor oversight on our part. We're human here at the Recruiting Roundup. But another guy that is very human and very impressive at that, Philip Caniglia out at Notre Dame Prep.
I'm sure Philip, who has a 4.2 GPA, will be mad at us that we don't know the alphabet. But Philip is a great football player, tough, physical outside linebacker. They've had plenty of Division I linebackers at Notre Dame Prep. And Philip is probably going to be the next one.
So Philip at 61 should have been more in like the 30s. So no disrespect, Philip. We appreciate your play, and we did have you on the list originally. We apologize for stepping over you. 62, back in order. We start with the Jays. Logan Johns, outside linebacker out at Higley.
Yeah, big kid, about 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, pretty yoked up. I liked his junior film. I thought he was aggressive, got after people, tackled anything in his way. No offers yet, but I expect a big senior season out of him.
At 63, staying on the defensive side of the football, is Cameron Johnson. This is a junior defensive back out of Tempe High School.
He actually moved down the street, was at Marcos Teniza. He's a player I first saw up at NAU 2 years ago. Really liked him as a young kid. I think he's going to be a star at Tempe.
And at 64, we're going back to Higley. It's Mason Johnson, a senior outside linebacker.
Yeah, he transferred to Higley from Williamsfield. I just saw his film about a month ago and was very impressed. Has a very good motor. Moving to outside linebacker, played defensive end at Williamsfield as a junior. Again, another kid I expect a big season out of.
Hey, keeping the trend going on defense at 65, it's Jawan Jones, a very talented state champion safety from Hamilton High School.
A big physical player, 6'2", almost 200 pounds, has 7 Division I offers right now. Plenty of picks. He's a leader in the secondary for Coach Bellis there. Again, one of the top players in the state of Arizona.
Switching over to the offensive side, a couple wide receivers. The first one at 66 on the west side from Valley Vista is Terry Junial.
Yeah, no one's really talking about this kid, despite, he had over 1,000 yards, had over 10 touchdowns. Big-time player. Has an offer currently from Northern Arizona, but that's as a corner, so he's a good two-way player.
At 67 is maybe the top junior in the state. Christian Kirk at Saguaro has played varsity his freshman and sophomore year, gets better and better. His junior year should be as good as it's been.
Yeah, I think there's no question he is the top junior in the state, and then showed that against the national stage last week at the opening. Did do it very well. Big-time player, already 20 offers. What more can be said? This kid's a stud.
68, offensive lineman Troy Kowalski, senior, starting to get a lot of offers as of late, going into his senior season at Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, I'm glad he's finally blowing up. He has UTEP, and San Jose State was his most recent offer. New Mexico State's another offer for him. 6'4", 275, 280 pounds, can run, physical. I expect him to blow up and have double-digit offers.
At 69, this is a player who's kind of in the shadow of a couple other players on his team over at Sabino. His name is Colin Laws, offensive tackle.
Big, massive player. He's 6'7", 260 pounds. Did not play as a junior. Even was limited in the spring, had 2 broken wrists, but Coach Campos down at Sabino tells me that he has great feet, has a size Division I player, and thinks he'll be a Division I player.
Another wide receiver at 70, that's Jordan Leary, more of a small school player out of Phoenix Christian, but very talented.
Yeah, we got to give the small school players some love. They play good football at Phoenix Christian. One of the top small schools in the history of Arizona. Had almost 1,000 yards receiving last year, and they're moving up to Division IV. We'll see what he can do against some of the bigger schools next year.
And then heading up to the White Mountains at 71, it's Walker Lee, offensive tackle, defensive end for Coach Morrow at Blue Ridge.
They've had great two-way players, great offensive and defensive linemen at Blue Ridge. Going to play on both sides of the ball, 6'4", 220 pounds as a frame. He's going to fill out. We'll see if he starts, rolling in some offers with a good senior season.
And the last player to mention at 72 for episode 6 of the Daily Dozen is a quarterback, maybe the top junior quarterback in the state, Brian Lowerkey out of Pinnacle High School.
Already holds that early offer from Arizona State, despite not even being a varsity starter yet. Expect big things out of him. I know Coach Zupke does.
So that'll do it for episode 6 of the Daily Dozen. We're spotlighting 132 players, not 125. Jason and I are mathematicians, and figured out that 12 doesn't divide into 125 evenly, but 132 does. So we'll have 11 episodes total over the course of the next couple weeks. We're a week down through episode 6. Make sure you check out episode 7 coming up in a couple days. Till next time, Jason Jewell, Jared Cohen, this has been the Daily Dozen from the Recruiting Roundup guys on ProsToPreps.com.